Hey T Squad, it's your girl Keisha, and I'm here with tonight's All Tea All Shade Claw Season 3 Episode 2 review. Before I start, I want to give a shout out to the executive producer Janine and one of the stars on the show that play, her name is Jen in real life, but she plays Jen on the show. I just want to thank them for always retweeting my videos and constantly supporting my reviews on Claws. They have been non-stop supportive since season 1, so I just wanted to take out the time to thank those two ladies. Also, you guys, I'm going on vacation this week, so any reviews after today will be up this weekend. So in tonight's episode, the girls go to reclaim the nail salon after it was seized. Desna tells them that she wants one of them to be at the casino at all times because she doesn't trust Mac and Melba. Desna says in no time we gonna be running that shit. And then she's like, we running that shit. Running that shit. We running that shit. And I was like, get it, Polly. Polly had rhythm, bitch. She's like, hey, hey. I was like, okay, Polly. So y'all know I love Carrie Preston. Hey, Carrie girl. So Desna, I'm sorry. So Uncle Daddy and Toby come to the shop and he asks for the license he needs to run the clinic. And Polly says, no, I'm sorry. Jen was like, this is a new, no, Polly did say that. Polly was like, this is the new Clay begging. Desna say 1K a month and, I don't even know what the fuck I put in my notes. I just remember she said 1K a month and something. I don't even know. I got my notes messed up. Uncle Daddy said you getting a little on that high horse, and then Desna say 3K for the back talk and 35 if you want to wash your money here. Uncle Daddy say you got a deal. So they leave, and Toby say she always trying to disrespect you. I'll be honest, I'm not feeling this Toby storyline with Toby being a villain now. I just think it's so not his character. I don't like it. Am I the only one? Let's talk down below. So Rolla arrives and he still ain't feeling Uncle Daddy. He's still giving his ass to kiss. He's still telling him he don't fuck with him until he tells him the truth about his parents. He goes inside the salon to talk to Desna, and she says that she's going to franchise the salon so she can use it as a front. He tried to fuck, but she ain't on that. She's like, nigga, I got things to do outside of getting dick. Like, you need to find you something to do. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna find you something to do. So the girls go to the casino, and Desna tells Melba and Mac that Polly is her general manager after they introduce her to their general manager, whose name is Joe. Joe instantly has something going on with Polly. Them two niggas is feeling each other. Like, they got some sexual weird chemistry going on. So the casino is hosting a Miss Muscle event. Desna says that she and Quiet Ann will help out even though Melba doesn't want them to. Eminem planned to make her so busy that she'll quit. Uncle Daddy goes to the clinic and it's packed already. And they ain't even really spread the news that it was back open. Bryce and Ken are in the back talking, and he learns that Ken has been texting Polly nonstop, and she ain't even been responding to his ass. So he tells him he needs to chill. Uncle Daddy then tells Bryce that he can work at the rehab clinic as a therapist and, as somebody that can help the patients, and they'll bill Medicaid an extra grand a month for therapy. So Bryce like, I'm with it now that he's not going back to Tampa. Joe shows Desna the security feed, and she's getting a call from Virginia at the shop, the alarm going off. But on the security camera, she sees some shady Mormons are on the floor, and she sees them talking to Eminem. So she then goes over to introduce herself to them, and Virginia calls. I'm sorry, I got the wrong. Virginia calls and tells her that the shop alarm is going off, and Desna is stressed out because she got people just tugging on her from every which way. So Dean is at the shop freaking out because the alarm is going off. He can't deal with all them loud sounds. The police are there. He feels like they're going to shoot him. So Desna arrives and disarms the alarm and tries to calm Dean down. Then we see Jen getting out the car, getting ready to go into the salon, and we see this black man named EJ walk up on her, and we then find out that it is Brienne's real father. And he says he wants to see his daughter. And she's like, I'll call you, EJ. I'm going to call you later. Like, bye. I ain't about to deal with this shit today. Not today, Satan. So it's obvious that she's freaked out. So Toby is at the salon too. And, he's trying to help out and stuff. And I'm like, what is his agenda? Why is he trying to help them out and act like he want to be a part of what's going on? So Dean said, if you really want to help out, you can find out who shot Virginia. He was like, I'm good on that because we all know he was the one that did it. So Desna says she'll get him an appointment with Dr. Ken if he won't stop with the revenge fantasy, and assures him that no one is coming after them as Toby ear hustles. And he like had this weird expression on his face. I don't know if it was guilt or he feels like, he made a mistake. I don't know. So at the casino, Polly sets up office inside of Joe's office, and he tells her that Eminem took him in as a child after he committed several crimes, which intrigues Polly. She is turned on by crime. So Virginia runs into Uncle Daddy at the little shrimp shack and senses that there's something wrong with him and tells him he needs to just let it go. And she warms up her hands like he yawning and places on his back and his heart. I was like, y'all going to hell for that shit. I was like, whoever came up with that idea was genius because they stole that from Yana. That was priceless. Um, and he says that, he's going to talk to Rolla because that's what's been on his spirit. So Desna talks to the accountant from the casino about the Mormons, and she tells Desna that they launder money into some type of account called Trip. Desna realizes that they're not going to cut her in on whatever this money is. Jen tells the girls about EJ. They ask her if she's told Bryce yet, and she says no. She breaks down and says she's afraid as a white woman with a black daughter, she's not giving her everything she needs and that she'll meet EJ's family and want to be with them. They tell her to meet up with him and confront him. And I was like, that was a really good topic to bring up, interracial families and, feeling like you can't really raise a mixed child. I really felt like that was a good topic. So Bryce has Rolla meet him, not knowing that Uncle Daddy is going to be there. So he's pissed off, like, I ain't come up here for that bullshit. But Bryce gets him to stay. Uncle Daddy tells them that their mom will come to him beaten after, their father used to beat on her and that he used to beat on them, and that their mom came to him beaten, asking for his help, but he stayed out of it because that's how he was raised, that, you don't get involved in another man's business. So he says the day that their parents died, their mom came to him with them, asking for help, but he drove her back home to his brother, and lo and behold, later that day, the brother beat her to death. And when he found out, he was so upset that he went and shot him and killed him. Bryce Rolla is distraught. He's pissed off. He pounding his fist on the table and shit. And Bryce is like, it's true. I remember this. Rolla is pissed. Uncle Daddy says that he prays that they can one day forgive him. But Rolla says he's dead to him. And then Rolla goes to the casino to talk to Desna. But she like, what's wrong? And he was like, I just want to have sex. She like, no, like, just talk to me. And he was like, nah, just like, D, just beat her for me right now. I don't want all that. She's like, you want me to choke you on some old nasty kinky type shit? Because she think that's the same vibe that they still on, but he has changed. He want to actually just like make love to her. Like Rolla has actually changed, but she's not on board because she still sees their relationship as what it used to be. So, one of the muscle women by the name of Penelope threatens Melba over a room and tells her that she'll tell Trip. As Jen is standing right there and she looking like, who the fuck is Trip? So immediately Melba gets on board and like, my bad, we do got a room available for you. Jen then calls and tells Desna, who's getting her back cracked, about what the fuck just happened. Jen and Desna then follow the girl Penelope to talk to her, and the girl says that Trip thinks that he could just brush her off now that she's pregnant. He's a married man with kids. She says to tell Eminem that she wants $500,000 to fix the contest and shut her up. So they then run into Eminem, and Desna tells them that she wants in on the contest, and Max says that she could be the MC. Polly meets with Ken and he tells her that he's been selfish and that she needs to focus on herself. He's trying to take Ken's advice and, pull back and let her do her until she says that she can't be with him. And that's when his facade breaks and he gets emotional and says that, he still loves her. He wants to be with her. And she was like, but I don't love you anymore. Like, I cannot be with you. And he was so hurt. But Polly just ain't feeling it, bitch. So Desna corners the girl, Penelope, about Trip and asks who he is. And the girl was like, you should know, you working with them. Desna, before she can get answered, is then swamped again with people bothering her and loses track of the girl. Desna then has one of the muscle girls read Eminem's lips on the security camera and learns that they're going to try to kill Penelope after the contest. Jen meets with EJ and she tells him that she's willing to let him see Brienne once every month. Then after that, they'll do, supervised visits, and go from there. And he says, by law, I'm entitled to joint custody. And she was like, what, you learned that in jail? He was like, actually, I did, ma'am. And he was like, you know what, I'm back and there's nothing you can do about it. She was like, is that a threat? And he keeps on walking. And I was like, well, girl, he put his dick out on the table. What you gonna do now? So Joe catches Polly sneaking around Eminem's office, but she plays it off. This crazy motherfucker then says you was looking for this and opens up a painting and reveals a safe behind it. And he pulls out an ancient fucking strap on that was like made by one of the first men. And you know, that got her juices flowing. And they have this weird ass conversation. They end up hugging. And as they're hugging, she looks over and sees this picture of Eminem at a political rally. So she figures out who Trip is. So she goes and tells Desna that Trip is none other than the governor. And Quiet Ann is like, my brother is running against him. So then the show starts, and I'm sorry, I got out of place. Oh, my bad. So then Jen and Bryce go to see EJ. And immediately they start arguing. And this was after Jen told Bryce, like, y'all just gonna talk. Like, don't do nothing crazy. But him and EJ immediately start arguing. And EJ taunts Bryce into hitting him first. So they start fighting. And then you see his cousin pull out a camera and start filming everything. And so he was like, you know what? Now this is gonna really play out good for me in court. And they realized that they duped him in the start of this fucking fight. And I was like, God damn. So back at the contest, Desna tries to talk to Penelope before she goes on stage, but Melba stops her. So Joe tells Eminem that Polly was in their office, and Melba tells Mac that's why they can't have them there, because they're going to find out that the tribe is fake and that they really don't have this hold over the casino like they've been portraying themselves to. So Desna is in the back and tells Penelope that Melba and Mac are going to try to kill her. And at first she ain't believing her until Desna's like, girl, I'm your only way out of this shit. So then Penelope is crowned the winner, but she doesn't come out on stage. Melba and Mac looking like, where the fuck is she? Lo and behold, Quiet Ann took her to her aunt's house to keep her safe. Uncle Daddy tells Bryce and Ken that he wants a real rehab and only wants to give people pills when they need help. So they like, who the fuck is this Uncle Daddy? Like, where is the real Uncle Daddy? So Rolla tells Desna that he truly wants to be with her, but she takes him as a joke and says that she can't trust anybody because every time she does trust somebody, she always get hurt. And she just says, you know, she wants to focus on herself right now. And he was like, you know, I'm changed. And she was like, well, prove it. And I really feel bad for Rolla because he really has changed. And Desna just about her business right about now. She ain't worried about dick. Um, so Desna promotes Virginia to salon manager, and she is ecstatic about this. Desna tells them that the governor is taking bribes, and they're going to find out why, so they can take over and run Florida. So then we see Desna feeling her cunt, baby, as she walks through the casino. And then lo and behold, back at her aunt's house, Penelope is then brutally killed by Joe with a fucking big ass knife. And the episode goes off. I give tonight's episode a C plus. I'm on the fence so far with this season. Like, in certain parts of the episodes that I'm loving, other parts I just could do without. It's kind of like, it's just not grabbing me like season 1 and season 2. We're going to see how this plays out. I'm still very much into the show. Can't wait to see how the season is going to roll out. Let's talk down below. Let me know what you thought about tonight's episode. And make sure to thumbs up this video, like, and subscribe. My new book, Sicko Mode, is on sale right now. Make sure you copy some merch. If you have any questions for me and Monique's show, Since You Asked, make sure to email us at since-you-asked1@gmail.com. And I will see y'all this weekend for the rest of my reviews. Bye.